Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Coming together is a beginning. Staying together is progress, and working together is success. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Quality means doing it right when no one is looking. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason why so few engage in it. You can't build a reputation on what you are going to do. Chop your own wood and it will warm you twice. Vision without execution is just hallucination. The only real security that a man can have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do and then do it. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The competitor to be feared is one who never bothers about you at all, but goes on making his own business better all the time. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you will not, you don't. If you think you will win, you will. Quality is not an act, it's a habit. The customer is always right. Capital is only as good as the brains which guide it. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. A business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. I am looking for a lot of men who have an infinite capacity to not know what can be done. There are no big problems. There are just a lot of little problems. Before everything else, getting ready is the secret of success. It has been my observation that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. There is no man living that cannot do more than he thinks he can. An idealist is a person who helps other people to be prosperous. Speculation is only a word covering the making of money out of the manipulation of prices instead of supplying goods and services. History is more or less bulk. Most people spend more time and energy going around problems than in trying to solve them. A bore is a person who opens his mouth and puts his feet in it. Business is never so healthy as when like a chicken. It must do a certain amount of scratching around for what it gets. Competition is the keen cutting edge of business, always shaving away at cost. Capital punishment is as fundamentally wrong as a cure for crime, as charity is wrong as a cure for poverty. You can't learn in school what the world's going to do next year. Wealth, like happiness, is never attained when sought after directly. It comes as a byproduct of providing a useful service. As we advance in life, we learn the limits of our abilities. I do not believe a man can ever leave his business. He ought to think of it by day and dream or it by night. Money is like an arm or leg. Use it or lose it. The highest use of capital is not to make more money, but to make money do more for the betterment of life. Time and money spent in helping men to do more for themselves is far better than mere giving. Even a mistake may turn out to be the one thing necessary to a worthwhile achievement. Education is permanently a matter of quality, not amount. The short successes that can be gained in a brief time and without difficulty are not worth much. Nothing can be made except by makers. Nothing can be managed except by managers. Money cannot make anything and money cannot manage anything. Two classes of people lose money: those who are too weak to guard what they have and those who win money by trick. They both lose in the end. When people are stuck in a false investment scheme, there are three causes: greed of something for nothing, sheer inability to know their mind, or infantile trustfulness. Most people think that faith means believing something. Often it means trying something, giving it a chance to prove itself. It is regrettable that people think about our monetary system and our economic structure only in times of depression. The most closely organized groups and movements in the world are those which have been the least friendly to the people's progress and liberty. Many people are busy trying to find better ways of doing things that should not have to be done at all. There is no progress in merely finding a better way to do a useless thing. Politics, in the true sense, have to do with the prosperity, peace, and security of the people. If a young man wants to fit himself for the politics of tomorrow, let him fit himself into essential industry for the purpose of learning how best to conduct it for the whole public good. We are here for experience, and experience is a preparation to know the truth when we meet it. Businesses that grow by development and improvement do not die. The philosophy of life indicates that our principal business on this planet is the gaining of experience. If the people really set their mind on anything, it is impossible to prevent them getting what they want. Burdening people with debt is an old deal, not a new deal. The best way is always the simplest. The attics of the world are cluttered up with complicated failures. Money will ruin the life of any man who treats it like anything but a tool with which to work. Mass production is craftsmanship with the drudgery taken out of it. Every business is a monarchy with not a man but an idea as king. No one will ever get anywhere in the world unless he becomes a teacher, one who can show others how to do things. If you find out what men want and give them that, you are pleasing them. If you find out what is good for them and give them that, you are performing a service. That's what we are trying to do. I don't like to read books. They mess up my mind. We now know that anything which is economically right is also morally right. There can be no conflict between good economics and good morals. Work is our sanity, our self-respect, our salvation. The day's work is the center of everything. I don't read history. That's in the past. I am thinking of the future, where you once get an idea in which you believe. With all your heart, work it out. The further you look back, the further you can look ahead. There can be no lasting peace where hatred exists. Hatreds will continue to arise as long as the causes of war are not rooted out and exposed. Mark my words. A combination airplane and motor car is coming. Anyone who does anything useful will not go unpaid. Efficient industry is the sole key to prosperity. People will try to fix world, but world will fix people. No one can be helped unless he can be put in the way of helping himself. Only one thing makes prosperity, and that is work. Cutting wages is not the way to recovery. Raise wages and improve the product. If the boss stands in the way of men getting what they earn, he is not fit to be boss. Paying good wages is not charity at all. It is the best kind of business. Stock market never made business. Business makes the stock market. The most deleterious thing of modern life in their present order of importance are tobacco, alcohol, and intemperate eating. Both alcohol and tobacco are taboo in plants. I haven't put a pencil to a piece of paper working out a problem in years. I do it in my head. 4 women have helped me: mother, sister, mother-in-law, and wife. The unhappiest man on earth is the one who has nothing to do. The time is coming when man will be able to determine the length of his lifespan by controlling his diet. Most of the sickness in the world is caused by eating too much. Faith is one of the most effective tools in the human equipment. I believe that faith works. Greatest thing in life is experience. Even mistakes have value. I believe in 100% theory and 100% practice. Theory without practical application is futile. The only thing you can give a man without hurting him is an opportunity. Greatest thing we can produce is character. Everything else can be taken from us, but not our character. When brokers get into business, they usually destroy it. The young people got me interested in aviation. It is part of the motor age. Development is dependent on power. I don't know anybody so old he can't do something useful. Just give them a chance and see. An educated person, I think, is the one who not only knows a lot, but knows how to do a lot of things. Hard knocks have a place and value, but hard thinking goes further in less time. All life is experience, and one level is exchange for another only when its lesson is learned. Man is a comparative being. Substandard things must go before superstandard things can come. Getting permanent value out of a job means purpose, and fitting means to end. Whatever your goal in life, the beginning is knowledge and experience, or briefly work. Every success is the mother of countless others. We are always seeking for those things which are in the cloud, not for those that lie at our feet. The only true test of values, either of men or of things, is that of the ability to make the world a better place in which to live. The sense of injustice, more than the unjust condition itself, is what wears on men's mind. To be good is not enough. A man must be good for something. There is nothing ever wrong with ability, ambition, achievement, but they can easily be wronged by being used to bad ends. An imitation may be quite successful in its own way, but imitation can never be success. Success is a first-hand creation.